Do you see what your new rappers and how they got y'all dressing? What happened to white tees and normal? You girl.
Slim Thug just lit a fire that Lil Baby has been desperate to keep hidden for years.
What do you think of the James Harden games?
Like what?
Like
I don't play certain type games.
Yeah.
So even I see certain it's just like, you know what I'm saying? I just say it.
See the comedy.
Push up on me with it. You know what I'm saying?
Forget the quiet whispers and online DL chatter. Slim didn't play it safe. He looked dead into the camera, cracked a sly smirk, and dropped a bomb. He flat out hinted that Lil Baby's whole image might be built on his alleged secret relationship with powerful music executive Mike Rubin.
We ain't going for it. We stand in our era. We going with the G. We work on cars. You know what I'm saying? We change all. We do all the real man shit. You feel me? We ain't influenced by nothing else.
You could literally see the moment Slim let it slip and the way he smiled afterward. It was like he knew exactly what kind of storm he had just unleashed. Now Lil Baby isn't taking that lightly at all. He's been spiraling, snapping online, calling out people for not minding their business, and even hinting that if he ever crosses paths with Slim Thug in person, it won't be pretty. The energy he's putting out has fans asking the real question. Has Lil Baby been playing the role of a hardened street guy while hiding a completely different reality? Because if Slim's shots are even halfway true, it flips the whole script. It would mean Mike Rubin isn't just a friend or business ally. He could be the key reason behind Baby's insane rise in the industry. And if that's the case, then those sugar daddy allegations that have been floating around for years suddenly sound a lot less like gossip and a lot more like truth.
You're making fun of me when I'm drunk. You're gonna get another drunken hug tonight. I don't care what anyone says. You're getting a drunken hug. You too. You too. Drunken hugs are coming tonight.
Lil Baby usually lets internet chatter slide, but Slim Thug's video struck a nerve so deep, it blew everything wide open. The second that clip hit the blogs, Lil Baby's worst fears were suddenly out in the open, and that's when he finally snapped. He jumped on his IG stories, dropping a cryptic warning that read, "Dudes love talking until ish gets real." Then what?
In the world of tattoos, you don't have any.
That was really my only reason, like, for being younger. Like, I don't want no tattoos. I know I'm gonna have something to do when I get older.
Yes, sir.
With my money, and I don't want to be like a thug. Like, even though, like, I'm almost a thug, I was a thug. I don't want to be no thug. You feel? I don't want people to look at me like I'm a thug. Right. You know what I'm saying? That ain't what I want. People with tattoos, and to me, you look like a thug.
Damn. Everybody like this nowadays.
He yanked it down almost instantly, but not before the gossip blogs snatched screenshots and blasted it across every platform imaginable. Even though Baby didn't mention names, it didn't take long for fans to start connecting the dots. The streets were buzzing. Who was he aiming?
Even the whole Mike Rubin thing.
I was just gonna say.
Like,
I was just about to say.
Bruh, I don't play with niggas, period.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, on no funny weird shit. You feel me? I'm dapping Kuzman up.
Mm-hmm.
And Mike's happy to see me. He run up on me.
Right.
I got 10 other pictures. We down there. We start down there. Bam, I'm telling his ass, Mike, I'll slam your ass in the neck. I'll break your neck. But we play like that. They white, so they don't really understand how I understand. Like, even when the picture came out before it went viral, I told them, like, Mike, I can't have pictures like that.
Right.
Even though me and you playing, bro, it's 100 people at the party. We in the middle of 100 people. There's nothing weird we could be doing in a party.
Right.
That picture came out. I literally made Mike Rubin go to his security camera at his house, go to the footage and get the whole time. But I just never, like, I ain't even gonna post that shit on the internet.
Yeah.
I'm just like, that shit.
Right.
You feel me? Like,
For the newer fans, it was a mystery. But for the ones who've been following this drama from day one, the answer was obvious. The only man bold enough to poke that bear right now is Slim Thug. From that moment, people were dissecting every post, every like, every shady comment between the two, hunting for hidden messages. And sure enough, they found it. Slim Thug's shade toward Lil Baby had been building for weeks, and Baby had clearly reached his boiling point. But here's where it gets even wilder. What actually set Slim Thug off wasn't just some random beef. Word is he lost it after seeing Lil Baby's recent stage outfit that showed off his thighs. To Slim, that was the so-called proof he'd been waiting on, the final puzzle piece that made him scream, "Yep, Baby really is playing sugar baby to industry bosses like Mike Rubin." And once Slim made up his mind, he wasn't holding back any longer. The outfit that kicked everything off was unforgettable. Lil Baby hit the stage rocking a tiny tank top, shorts, and a flashy pink belt. The internet went wild instantly, with fans going from whispering conspiracies to straight up blasting out, "Lil Baby is gay!" The comment section was in flames, and that's when Slim Thug pounced. The second Slim laid eyes on that look, he jumped online and unleashed a brutal rant. He wasn't laughing, he wasn't trolling, he looked dead serious, brows tight, voice sharp, and you could see the disgust all over his face. He didn't hold back, calling Lil Baby soft for dressing that way and claiming it was a disgrace to hip-hop. Watching it, you could almost feel the anger pouring through the screen like he'd been waiting for this moment. But Slim didn't stop there. He dragged other rappers into the fire too. Out of nowhere, Young Jock caught strays when Slim mocked his recent stage outfit, a cropped sweater that showed off his stomach during a performance. Slim clowned him like it was the perfect example of how wild hip-hop fashion has gotten. For Slim, this wasn't about clothes at all. It was about proof. Proof, in his mind, that Lil Baby was hiding a much bigger truth behind the flashy fits. And when fans started digging for receipts to match Slim's rant, what they uncovered next made the whole situation explode even harder. That one picture changed everything. People instantly flashed back to that viral shot where Michael Rubin and Lil Baby looked practically glued together. Too close, too comfortable, way beyond just a casual pose. The body language, the smiles, the way Rubin leaned in. Suddenly, what once looked like a harmless group photo now screamed like a full-blown mating ritual happening in plain sight. And right on cue, 50 Cent turned the internet upside down by reposting it with a savage caption basically asking, "What the F is going on here?" That's all it took for the frenzy to explode. Fans and gossip blogs dove headfirst into old receipts, dragging out every shady detail they could find. What people had quietly whispered for years, that Rubin and Baby's bond stretched far past the studio, suddenly felt undeniable. Overnight, that single snapshot became the smoking gun, the so-called proof that fans needed to connect all the dots. From that moment forward, every single photo of Lil Baby with Rubin stopped being just a pic. Nope, it was evidence. People picked apart every hug, every lean, every smile, dissecting it frame by frame like detectives chasing a scandal. And then one particular shot surfaced that had fans screaming that they finally cracked the code. But before we dive into all those so-called receipts, let's be clear about who this alleged sugar daddy Mike Rubin really is. This man isn't just some random exec who hangs around rappers. He's a serious power player with reach that goes way beyond music. His name has been tied to shady industry dealings for years, especially whispers around men in high places. And let's not forget, Rubin's been connected to those infamous all-white parties, the same kind Diddy was notorious for hosting, and that right there should tell you everything. Over the past few years, the whispers about Mike Rubin's special interest in Lil Baby have only gotten louder. No matter where Baby shows up, Rubin's not far behind. From the flashy all-white parties to private jet trips, courtside seats, and billionaire meetups, Mike is always right there smiling for the cameras like he's just hanging out. But the truth is, his fingerprints are stamped all over Lil Baby's life. And here's the catch. It's not just about money or a rich exec boosting Baby's career. Fans are convinced it runs way deeper. They believe Mike Rubin is the real reason we've been seeing strange changes in Lil Baby's behavior lately. And that's exactly where Slim Thug enters the chat, because the way Slim's been airing things out doesn't just make Baby look suspicious, it rips his cover wide open. Remember that video Slim had so much smoke for? Yeah, the one with Baby rocking the short shorts? Well, fans weren't only clowning the outfit, they zoomed in and noticed something brand new. Huge tattoos running down Baby's legs, boldly reading 90s Baby. And here's why that set the internet ablaze. Lil Baby has spent his entire career insisting he'd never get tattoos. He even explained it in interviews, saying he stayed ink-free on purpose because tattoos could make him look ghetto and hurt his chances when he eventually wanted to step away from rap and move into business. For him to suddenly flip that stance and get giant tattoos now? That's not just surprising. It feels like a major signal that something or someone has changed the way he's moving. So here's the big question. Why would Lil Baby go from proudly saying he'd never get tattoos to suddenly inking massive 90s baby tats across both thighs, plus another one reading CBFW running down his leg? The switch up was so drastic that the internet couldn't resist tearing it apart. The second that clip hit socials, fans were zooming in, screenshotting, and flooding timelines with captions that got wilder by the hour. Some even called the tattoos a brand, claiming it looked like Lil Baby was being marked as Mike Rubin's personal boy toy. And once those comments caught fire, Baby had no choice but to step in before the narrative ran away completely. But instead of shutting it down, his explanation just poured gas on the flames. That's when the internet shifted focus straight to his love life, and what people dug up made the tattoo theories look mild. At first, Lil Baby tried to brush everything off, denying there was any truth to him and Rubin being more than just friends. He even tried explaining away that infamous viral photo by saying it wasn't what people thought at all, just play wrestling that happened to get caught on camera. But here's where it gets messy. He later went on Lil Yachty's podcast claiming he had security footage that would prove his innocence, yet he never released it. Not a second, not a screenshot. And in today's world, holding on to receipts you swear exist but never show? That's basically the same as admitting guilt in the eyes of the internet. And that's when things took a turn nobody expected. Lil Baby's own baby mama, Jada Wada, stepped into the conversation and dropped a bomb that cracked everything wide open. She admitted the real reason she finally walked away wasn't because she didn't try to fix things. It was because she had no choice once Lil Baby revealed his true colors. She didn't spell it out directly, but the way she worded it had people convinced she was hinting at his rumored connection to Mike Rubin. The suspicions only got louder when Instagram model Teresa Levy hopped on a podcast and spilled her own tea. She described a private hookup with Baby where, according to her, he did things that made her think he wasn't straight. Teresa didn't give every detail, but she didn't need to. The sly hints were more than enough for the rumor mill to explode. At that point, the internet wasn't just whispering anymore, they were screaming. The sugar daddy storyline that had been floating around suddenly felt a whole lot more real. And just when fans thought they'd heard it all, something else came to light that pushed the entire situation over the edge. Lil Baby's wild gambling story with Mike Rubin. That's the piece that made people go from raising eyebrows to flat out believing that Rubin's role in Baby's life wasn't just business, it was personal. For anyone who missed it, Lil Baby once confessed to blowing a jaw-dropping $9 million in just 2 days during a reckless gambling spree. The losses were so insane that people wondered how he could ever bounce back. But then came the twist. Mike Rubin allegedly swooped in like the fixer he is, personally calling up casinos to get Baby banned so he couldn't gamble anymore. At first glance, it sounded like a rich friend stepping in to save him from self-destruction. But after all the other shady receipts hit the internet, fans saw it differently. To them, this wasn't just looking out. This was Rubin protecting his investment, making sure his golden boy didn't embarrass him in public or ruin the empire he was building. The comparisons started rolling in fast, with people pointing at the infamous Diddy-Clive Davis dynamic. And if you know how that saga ended, you already understand why fans think Lil Baby is walking straight into the same dangerous trap. The whispers turned into straight-up warnings. Rubin isn't just a friend, he's the one pulling the strings. Meanwhile, Slim Thug is loving the chaos. He's not backing down at all, still online dropping sly hints, reposting old clips, and basically daring Lil Baby to call him out by name. The way Slim's moving, he clearly wants all the smoke, while Baby looks stuck between denying everything and trying not to explode. And that's the strangest part. After all the fiery rants, shady subs, and cryptic posts, Lil Baby suddenly went ghost. No tweets, no IG stories, no interviews, just pure silence. And in this industry, silence only means two things. Either you're plotting something major behind the scenes, or you've got nothing left to say. But here's the issue. Slim Thug isn't letting up. He's still pressing the line, Mike Rubin's name keeps flooding timelines, and fans are pulling new receipts out of nowhere. So the longer Baby stays quiet, the worse it looks. In the court of public opinion, silence doesn't protect you. It makes you look guilty. And now the streets are asking the question out loud. Is Lil Baby keeping quiet to protect his own image? Or is he really trying to shield Mike Rubin? Because the way this drama's spiraling, if Slim Thug drops even one more solid receipt, the whispers and IG shade could flip into a full-blown exposé. The kind of bombshell that doesn't just trend for a day, but can crush careers forever. So what do you think? Is Lil Baby hiding something or just trying to move smarter? Drop your thoughts in the comments, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and share this video. Because trust me, you won't want to miss what's coming next. See you on the next one.